Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window and another fantastic late winter day here in north central Washington. Clouds began to roll in a bit this afternoon. This from about mid-afternoon today with some high clouds over the Cascades and some mid-level clouds also coming our way. But boy, all in all, isn't that a great shot from our Sky-Fi Tower camera on Wenatchee Heights? That's our cross camera, and a beautiful day today. And as we move into the upcoming weekend, this should continue today and Saturday as well. I think we'll see a few more clouds on Saturday, but once again, very mild. And then by Saturday night, things begin to change. We will see a bit of a storm system headed our way. That'll usher in some windy conditions, maybe gusts up to 30 miles an hour. And I think there's a good chance that when we all wake up Sunday morning, we could have a dusting of snow. We'll talk more about that and much more weather coming up just a little bit later on. And now some of the stories we're following for you tonight. 5 Wenatchee Valley residents were brought to court this week on charges of welfare fraud. The second of 2 men in a Wenatchee drug conspiracy must serve a year and a day in federal prison. And Okanagan County Sheriff's Office detectives are investigating several tips they've received about an armed robbery Sunday in Pateros, but they've not made any arrests. But first, we begin tonight. A Wenatchee man who was arrested last month on suspicion of possessing child pornography is now believed to have recorded himself in the act of molesting children at least 21 times. Police on Thursday re-arrested Jose Antonio Mendoza, who was out of jail on $15,000 bond. Investigators say while reviewing his alleged collection of explicit images, they found evidence that Mendoza sexually abused children and then made photos and videos of those acts. Some of the children were allegedly victimized while they slept. Mendoza was jailed and scheduled to appear today in Chelan County Superior Court. Police will ask prosecutors to add 21 counts of second-degree child molestation to those existing charges. In other news, a rural Eniat man who displayed a knife to motorists pleaded guilty this week to third-degree assault and felony harassment. 41-year-old Jesse Lee Jones threatened a hunter scouting for deer along Crum Canyon Road in November. During the confrontation, Jones' 64-year-old mother allegedly brandished a small handgun, and the hunter in turn drew his own pistol to defend himself. No shots were fired, and no one was hurt. On Wednesday, Chelan County Judge Kristen Ferreira sentenced Jones to 3 months in jail plus a year probation. His mother, Donna Jean Jones, faces trial next month. 5 Wenatchee Valley residents were brought to court this week on charges of welfare fraud. The Department of Social and Health Services says 4 Wenatchee defendants and 1 from Eniat unlawfully received more than $66,000 in welfare benefits, including food aid and child care subsidies. In most cases, the charges involve failure to report new income, or in one case, to report a marriage. State investigators referred the cases to Chelan County prosecutors back in December. Each of the 5 people is charged with first-degree theft, second-degree perjury, and making false statements to receive state aid. The second of 2 men in a Wenatchee drug conspiracy must serve a year and a day now in federal prison. David R. Bishop Jr. had asked for simple probation for his, quote, minor role in a drug distribution scheme carried out by James T. McGuire. But on Thursday, U.S. District Chief Judge Thomas O. Rice imposed 366 days plus 5 years of probation. When McGuire was arrested in 2017 for carrying a small amount of methamphetamine, he called Bishop from the Chelan County Jail and asked him to dispose of drugs he kept at his home. Bishop did so, and police later recovered a large bag of heroin, a large bag of meth, and more than $17,000 in cash. McGuire is already serving 10 years in prison. Okanagan County Sheriff's Office detectives are investigating several tips they've received about an armed robbery Sunday in Pateros, but have not yet made any arrests. 2 suspects who apparently arrived on foot robbed the Super Stop in Pateros about 10:30 Sunday night. Surveillance video shows a man and a woman forcing the clerk to open the cash register at gunpoint. Sheriff Tony Hawley said Friday detectives collected evidence from the super stop that has been sent to the state crime lab to be analyzed. Anyone with information on that robbery is asked to contact the sheriff's office at 509-422-7232. Coming up next, the city of Wenatchee is losing its economic development director to a new job on the west side of the state. The Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center could receive $200,000 to improve its community meeting space under the supplemental capital budget proposed by the state Senate. And the Grant County Work Release Facility in Ephrata will be closed for 3 months because of a staffing shortage. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa's trade-in program. And with Blue Lagoon's home show pricing, you can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special for only $99. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool & Spa today.
People are really skeptical of our industry. They have been sold products, they have been sold policies they either don't need, don't understand, confusing. I understand that. We are more about the process and the people. Our SFG roadmap is designed to take care of all of those concerns. For those that have questions about their retirement, we would love the opportunity to sit down and chat with you.
Welcome back. In another news, the city of Wenatchee is losing its economic development director to a new job on the west side of the state. Steve King will join Port Townsend city staff 1 month from now as its new public works director. King has held many posts at Wenatchee City Hall since 1997, including city engineer, community development director, and chief of public works. He served under 4 mayors and most recently oversaw the administration's move from the former City Hall on Chelan Avenue to its new offices in the old Yakima Street Federal Building. He'll start in Port Townsend coming up on March 23rd. Well, the Wenatchee Valley Museum and Cultural Center would receive $200,000 to improve its community meeting space under the supplemental capital budget proposed by the state Senate. 12th District Senator Brad Hawkins said the money would be used to improve the museum's current community meeting space, which was not designed for that purpose. The improvements would add media, lighting, seating, and sound improvements, and possibly a new interior wall. Hawkins said he's been working closely with Museum Executive Director Kenny Sturgeon and 12th District Representatives Mike Steele and Keith Gaynor on the museum improvement project. The House will unveil its capital budget proposal on Monday. The Grant County Work Release Facility in Ephrata will be closed for 3 months from March 1st until June 1st because of a staffing shortage. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says work release inmates will be temporarily moved to the Grant County Jail. Work release staff will be assigned to the jail during that time. The Sheriff's Office says 20% of the facility's staff, or 11 employees, will be on leave during that time because of medical issues, mandatory training, and other issues. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu, because we work to get you to work.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Pybus Public Market and the Apple Capitol Loop Trail will be bustling with runners Saturday for the Heartbreaker 5K. In its third year, the run has not only lots of participants, but also a purpose that serves in the entire community. In tonight's features story, Joel Reiner of Confluence Health appeared recently on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with Dan Kuntz to explain.
Having our third annual Heartbreaker 5K, 10K run walk. So we're gonna have over 400 people exercising.
And the weatder will be a lot better
than last year. Yeah, for sure. We looked out. It's not great for skiing, but it's good for running and walking. But and we'll start right behind Pybus there on the Loop Trail, go out to Walla Walla Point Park and back for the 5K, and then out to Confluence State Park and back for the 10Kers. That benefit, the proceeds of this run go to our local Mended Hearts chapter, and that's a super important group of people that help support individuals and families with cardiovascular disease that live in the valley. And it's a great, in fact, they will have a booth at the health fair. And so we're super fortunate to partner with them and give them some resources so that they can help folks that, whether they're in Wenatchee or Oroville or Moses Lake, that if they have some needs, that they can help out.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And by the way, the weather for that Heartbreaker 5K should be fantastic for tomorrow. We'll get to that in a second. But what a gorgeous shot from this afternoon outside our weather window. And this is from our PTZ camera up at Wenatchee Heights at the cross camera. Some high clouds moved in this afternoon, but all in all, just a fantastic late winter day all across North Central Washington and right here in the Wenatchee Valley. You can see Wenatchee here, East Wenatchee to the other side, and just a very calm Columbia River today. High temperatures got on the nice side today and will remain that way. 46 unofficially today. 44 is our normal high temperature, so pretty much where we should be for this time of year. 24 this morning and 29 is our normal low temperature. 65 record high, beautiful one back in 1988. 10 degrees our record low temperature, and that was set back in 1986. Still no new precipitation the past 24 hours. Sunrise this morning 6:56, and the sun now sets at 5:33. Taking a look at our Saturday as we kick off our upcoming weekend, things will be a lot like today. The difference in Saturday's weather, temperatures won't be a lot different except a little bit warmer in the Columbia Basin, 51 in Moses Lake, 50 in Ephrata, 49 in Quincy. More clouds tomorrow, and that will be the difference tomorrow from today. 47 for Kashmir up into Eniat, 46 Chelan, and 48 beautiful degrees, the high temperature tomorrow in Wenatchee. Tonight, we expect partly cloudy to mostly clear skies around our area, calm wind conditions. It will be mild. You can see a bit of a storm system is trying to move in, but we're seeing high pressure right here, and that's creating a big arc of high pressure over the western United States, and that's pretty much keeping any storm system, at least for now, at bay. But you can see by Saturday, this thing is really winding itself up off the coast of British Columbia, so we will see increasing clouds from that throughout the day in Washington, and then by Sunday, in fact, early Sunday morning throughout the day, a 60% chance of rain, and the winds will kick up too. You can see our isobars very tightly packed into Washington, so a windy, wet, and warm Sunday as we end our weekend. As we get into Monday, things dry out. It'll be partly cloudy on Monday with dry conditions. Look at the size of that storm system off the coast, and it's not going to affect us much, and we'll talk about that in a second. For Monday, as I mentioned, partly cloudy, a big dome of high pressure still over the western United States, and that will pretty much kick this storm system up into northern British Columbia. So we'll stay on the partly cloudy side for Tuesday next week, and then I'll tell you what, folks, we are going to see a big warm up as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. Another area of high pressure here will drag some subtropical warm air into our area. By Wednesday, we'll see highs around 50, maybe low 50s, and then as we get into Thursday, we are talking possibly mid and upper 50s as we get into the end of the week next week, and maybe even mid 60s down in the Tri-Cities. Let's take a look now at your Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling 7-day forecast. 31 tonight, so a mild one with the clouds out there. 48 your high temperature for Saturday. Get outside and enjoy it. Should be great because it's going to be windy and wet on Sunday. High temperatures won't be bad. 46 degrees, and then things get better. 47 on Monday, 48 and partly cloudy on Tuesday, and then look at Wednesday and Thursday. High temperatures in the low to mid 50s under mostly sunny skies. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
The two hottest pickups in America are at Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. First, the Ram 1500 with back-to-back Truck of the Year awards from Motor Trend, and now the Car and Driver 10 Best list for 2020. They call it a luxury sedan with pickup capabilities. Ram is on a roll now with third-generation eco-diesel power. Next up, the Jeep Gladiator, also a 2020 10 Best model based on the new award-winning Jeep Wrangler. It has options and capabilities that no other truck can offer. Two more reasons when it comes to buying a truck. There's no reason to leave town.
When it comes to finding a memory care community, you want the very best. You want to know that your loved one is safe and receiving compassionate care in a loving environment. Fieldstone Memory Care is an innovative assisted living community designed for those with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's disease. You'll find a community specifically designed to enrich residents' lives. The Fieldstone team is here to help you navigate the important decisions you face when a loved one has dementia or Alzheimer's. Welcome home to Fieldstone.
With TV advertising, what we want to do is more deeply connect with the community.
People spot me in different parts around North Central, Costco and Wenatchee, say, hey, you're the pizza guy. And so they wouldn't know that if it weren't for the TV commercials we've done.
We've been here so long that people already know who we are and what we do, but to have that image flash on their television screen as opposed to just hearing it on the radio or seeing it in the newspaper. I just love the fact that we can actually put our finger on when a customer comes in and says, I saw your ad.
It's becoming increasingly difficult in this digital age to know where are your customers listening or watching, because I watch all the different channels that they watch too, like Cooking Channel, History Channel, and so it was wonderful to be able to be on there.
I would say that if you want to do business in Wenatchee, then you should connect with the people of Wenatchee, and there's no better way to do that than with NCWLIFE.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
Well, a happy Friday to you. We're up here on Lake Chelan. I'm taking my dad out fishing to get in the mood for the Wenatchee Valley Sportsman Show. It's happening at the Town Toyota Center today, tomorrow, and Sunday. If you have a hankering to get some more fishing in or some hunting, be sure and stop by the Town Toyota Center for that. Let's talk about basketball. It's going to be just like last year, where Wenatchee and Eastmont will face one another for a last chance to get to the state tournament after Eastmont fell to West Valley in the district championship down on the road in Yakima last night. 73-65 was the final, despite Isaac Wellborn going off for 30 points. Eastmont able to tie it in the third, but they could never get the lead last night as they fall to the Rams, who remain perfect in Big 9 play. Meanwhile, they'll take on the Panthers tomorrow night after Wenatchee stayed alive with a victory over Davis, 60-41. The final, Garrett Long went off for 23 points. Grant Olson had the call right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Right elbow won't take the shot. Now to Blauman. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Blauman to the basket. Good! Right side on the baseline, Galindo, who stays in at the quarter break. Reyes, nice head fake, goes to the basket, and then he's blocked by Chase Lloydhammer. And he's just going to walk it up court. That's exactly what the Panthers need to do. Long left open. He's going to put up the three. Good! 12-point Wenatchee lead. Garrett Long trying to shake loose and get a shot off. Blauman's left open. He's going to put it up. Three, it's good! At the buzzer, and that will end our first half of play. Panthers want to be deliberate on this offensive possession to Garrett Long, right elbow. He's going to drive into the lane. Shot good. Oh, Garrett Long early, the third on him. Long into the lane. A runner again and gets it to go. Tough shot. Now baseline to Galindo. His shot rolls around, no good. Rebound to Long. 5 seconds. Long, Lloydhammer underneath Dory. Layup is good. How about that? At the buzzer. 3, 2, 1, and that, folks, will do it as the Panthers come away with another win. It's a big one, a District 6 Big 9 tournament win. Our final score tonight, Wenatchee 60 and Davis 41. We are with NCWLIFE Player of the Game, Garrett Long, unofficially 23 points tonight. And Garrett, you guys, we talked to your coach, Coach Williams, before the game. This game, and your chance to beat Davis is all about tempo, and you guys had the tempo you wanted tonight, didn't you?
Yeah, we knew they'd play fast, so we had to just stay down and, play hard.
You guys did a great job rebounding as well, and I think it was really, the guards played well, but it was really the Lloydhammer brothers down low. It was a big difference tonight.
They really helped us out. Last time we played Davis, we didn't have Chase. He makes a huge difference, so it's nice to have him.
So we'll have Wenatchee, Eastmont at Eastmont High School, 6 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll have it live here on the NCWLIFE channel. I'll be courtside with your play-by-play at 6 o'clock. Well, we were a little ahead of ourselves yesterday saying that the girls' Big 9 was playing yesterday. Actually, it's tonight, where Moses Lake will take on Sunnyside at 6 o'clock at Moses Lake High School for the district championship. The other game features Eisenhower and West Valley at 6. The winner of that game will play the loser of Sunnyside and Moses Lake for a last chance to state tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Pateros and Riverside Christian will play for the District 6 1B championship after both were victorious at Eastmont Junior High School yesterday. Pateros knocked off Indy at 53-49 to advance to the semifinal, or from the semifinals. Riverside Christian earned its way with a win over Moses Lake Christian, 91-55. The final championship tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. On the girls' side, Moses Lake Christian, the district champs, after a 51-43 win over Pateros. The Nannies will drop back to a last chance to move on Saturday against Riverside Christian after they beat Wilson Creek 43-37. That game tomorrow at 2:30. The district's 5-6 2B tournament gets underway today at Quincy High School. Oroville faces Columbia Burbank at 4:30, and then Lake Roosevelt plays Liberty Christian at 8. Coming up tomorrow, Liberty Bell will play White Swan at noon to tip off, followed by Brewster and Kittitas for the by-district title. That'll be at 7:15. On the girls' side of that tournament, Liberty Bell faces Columbia Burbank today at 6:15. Then tomorrow, the first of 3 games tips at 1:45. Lake Roosevelt plays White Swan. That's followed at 3:30 by Brewster and Mapton. Then by-district title between Waterville Mansfield and Tri-Cities Prep starts at 5:15. Caribou Trail League will meet with the Northeast A in a crossover coming up tomorrow. Omak travels to Freeman while Cashmere will host Newport. Both those games start at 5 o'clock. Central Washington Athletic Conference finishes their district tournament at the Sun Dome. Then they've got locations for crossover tournaments. Sela and Toppenish will play for the district title in the Sun Dome tomorrow at 5 o'clock.
o'clock, East Valley of Yakima has a crossover game at Clarkston at 6. Prosser hosts West Valley of Spokane, and the other crossover at 7. On the girls' side, East Valley of Ellensburg will face off for the district championship 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Prior to that, the crossover games, Toppenish plays at Clarkston at 3:30, while Prosser hosts West Valley of Spokane at 5 o'clock. Number 2, Gonzaga shook off a miserable first half. They trailed by 9 at halftime, outscored San Francisco on a stretch of 21-2 to start the second half. They get the victory last night, 71-54. Other men's college basketball, Stanford topped Washington 72-64. Eastern Washington edged Sacramento State 77-76, and Western Oregon beat Central Washington 71-61. Women's side last night, number 13 Gonzaga had no trouble with Loyola Marymount, winning that one 75-47. Eastern Washington beat Sacramento State, and Central Washington bounced Western Oregon 70-46. Pac-12 women's schedule tonight has number 8 UCLA at Washington State, while Washington hosts USC at 7 o'clock. Coming up tomorrow, starts at 1 o'clock. Eastern Washington playing at Northern Arizona, while Wenatchee Valley travels to Treasure Valley. Gonzaga plays at Pepperdine at 2, and Central Washington hosts Concordia at 5. Then on Sunday, USC travels to Washington State at 11:30, followed by UCLA at Washington at noon. On the men's side of the basketball schedule, the Eastern hosting Northern Arizona at 2:05 tomorrow. Cal plays at Washington on the Pac-12 network starting at 3. ESPN2 has Gonzaga and BYU at 7. Then Central Washington hosts Concordia at 7:15. On Sunday, it's Stanford at Washington State. That's on ESPNU at 5 o'clock. Today's day 1 of the MAC Classic 32 happening in the Tacoma Dome. We've got a ton of wrestlers that we'll be following all weekend long. Be sure and tune in to our Facebook page for more on that, as well as boys swim championships happening at the Federal Way Aquatic Center. Finally, the Wenatchee Wild are on the road to wrap up the regular season at Penticton this weekend. Basically, they got to win. They're in 3rd place, but by just 1 point for a hope at home ice advantage. They'll play tonight at 7, tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Here in Chelan, beautiful day for fishing, and I hope you have a great weekend. I'm Eric Granstrom for NCWLIFE Channel Sports. Grant, back to you.
Eric, I got to say, we're all very, very jealous. Finally tonight, Rock Island 3rd grader Cade Martin received word this week that he'll be the Douglas County Sheriff's Office's sheriff for a day this year at Apple Blossom. Sheriff Kevin Morris visited Martin's class Tuesday to share the big news. Martin and Morris will join other youngsters, police chiefs, Washington State Patrol troopers, and sheriffs. That all happens on April 23rd at the Chief for a Day event that kicks off the Apple Blossom Festival. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning, I should say Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Start your next week with us here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll be joining you live at 7 a.m. from this very studio on Monday morning. My guest will be J. Michael Walker and Leslie Freitag. We had a chance to visit with those two really cool people at the Pybus Public Market. You'll see that interview on Monday morning, plus highlights of the Wenatchee Panther Eastmont Wildcat boys basketball game from Saturday night, winner to state. It's going to be epic. All that and everything you're used to. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live, 7 a.m. Monday morning. I expect to see you there. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great weekend.
This is Caitlin Hedershe, the producer of the NCWLIFE magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCW Life magazine right here on the NCW Life channel.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air. 662-6846.